place where the music is being made every morning during Advent. I thought I'd try it like this, with me talking in between bits of video. It's a very busy week this week before Christmas, with lots of festive dinners at school. Both the schools, so double, with colleagues, with children, my own children, my parents who were married for 50 years. So they took us out to dinner as well. And tonight is Vreeswijk by candlelight. Vreeswijk is a little village near Utrecht, and it has a beautiful old city center or old center. And tonight all the street lights will be off, the houses and the lights will be off, and it will be only lit by candlelight. And last year I was there as well, and then it poured, so we had a hard time putting on the candles. And I hope tonight there's a steady wind blowing out there, and sometimes a little bit of drizzle. But I hope the wind will lie down as soon as the sun sets, and that we will be able to light all the candles. And I will be sure to put you into, or give you some footage of that. So follow along. Oh, and in the meantime, I'm working on my Christmas sweater, which is coming along nicely. I fixed the problem. And the holly leaves are nearly done. One more to go, and then I'm on to the boring bit where I go in the round. And then it will be finished maybe before Christmas. Nou, we zijn aangekomen bij Hanneke. Kijk, alles is dus heel leuk verlicht. En alle lampjes branden al.
Niet. Ik hoop dat ze hem nu ook echt uitlaten. Ik hoop ook dat ze uitlaten. Want normaal is hij al eerder aan. Ja, nee. Ik dacht dat het
Ja, ik weet niet waar je uit de bus komt.
Die gaat heel klein staan.
S'il vous plaît, peu d'argent. Je vous en prie. Dollars, please. Taxi.
goed uit zijn. Er stond ook een blikje geduld. We gaan zo snel mogelijk bellen.
Lijken allemaal grote Barbies.
Zulke leuke huisjes dit.
Ja. Ik echt op hoe was er aan liep. Zo snel gingen ze.
Een dag in de Efteling met school. Dus super gezellig. En bijna geen wachtrijen, dat is ook fijn.
Hele natte filmaf. Kijk, er is nog een. Wat is eigenlijk de titel voor achtbaan?
Een achtbaan die over de kop gaat.
Ja, dat is het. En daar een keer bij mijn vader naar een lied geweest. Dus zo'n attractie gebruikt. Maar toen was één afgang geviel op de kop. Maar dat ging zo snel dat het eigenlijk niet over de kop was. Dus toen was het eigenlijk niet super erg. Maar eigenlijk, ik ga eigenlijk nooit in en de achtbaan zonder mijn vader.
Nee.
Het is gewoon iets wat ik met mijn vader altijd.
naar groen door de bloempjes springt.
Ze belde aan.
Het was alsof hij Roodkapje voor iets wilde waarschuwen.
En ze belde naar. Wel, dat stond er op het boek. Hè? Ja, India.
Let dan vooral op deze mooie waterlelies. Vroeger waren deze bloemen sterren, die samen met de maan en de andere sterren 's nachts dansten op het water. Op zekere morgen luisterden er enkele sterren niet, toen de maangodin hen riep om mee terug naar de hemel te gaan. Ze dansten en dansten, tot een heks verscheen en hen voor straf veranderde in waterlelies. En alleen in maanlichte nachten komt de heks terug. En dan gebeurt het.
Papier, sag ich.
Ja, dank u wel. Fijne dag.
Hello there on this very first day of 2025. It's the 1st of January here. And although I have a Christmas break and I've planned to make a video earlier, again a lot came in between. Well, this was the first time I had to make one. But I've got lots to tell you. So the last December month was a very hectic, busy one with my 2 demanding jobs on schools. I had everything double Christmas dinners, double Sinterklaasviering, double everything. And then on top of the iceberg was Thursday before Christmas break. We went to the Efteling with one of the schools, which is of course a fun date. But in the morning I arrived at school and my son called me. He had an accident riding his bike to school. Somebody was passing 2 other bikers and managed to hit him. So he sent me a photo of what he looked like, and it looked like his nose was broken. And then you have to make a decision. It's either go home and help him to the hospital and call off a super fun day trip with class, because that class is not one you can send out with somebody else. But my duo can't take over that day because he has other places to be. So Tibbe managed to get home. He had a wound and fingers, hurtful fingers. So I called my mom, who lives in the same street, and asked her to go over to him and check on him to see how bad it was. And she also said, I think his nose is broken. It didn't stop with bleeding. So I tried to get home, but there is a lot of cyclists at that moment in Leiden. So I couldn't move the car. I sat on the same spot for 15 minutes. And then I thought, right, I'm going to call his dad, who lives only one village further. He came, he took Tibbe to hospital. So I went to the Efteling with the class. Then I lost Pien. My daughter was with us for 45 minutes in the Efteling. There was a fight in the bus. We got home very late. So it was just too much. So on Friday, I came to a grinding halt. I lay in bed with fever for 2 days, only slept. And I've come to the point in my life where I've started to enjoy winter, especially since I'm working at the Waldorff school. Winter is a time for rest, and rest was what I needed. So it's good to know that my body has an emergency button, which it pushed on Thursday evening, and it said, right, Ellen, you can carry on, but it's just too much. Hold on, we're going to put you in a rest. So I lay there, I didn't eat, I only slept. And now I nurtured myself back to health. My mom helped, of course, with juices. My children were fab. And I'm glad that this is a 2-week break, which was well needed. So I've been only looking after my family and doing the absolute bare minimum I need to do in a day. But I've had knitting time, which was really nice. So I finished my Sunday cardigan. I'm wearing it today. It hasn't been in the washing machine. I know this fiber will flower up a little and get softer to wear, although I don't mind wearing it at the moment. It's a lovely grey colour, and what's more to tell about it? I made it a smaller size to my brown one, but I made it the length a little longer. As you can see here, it's further than my hips, and I just love this pattern. I love the yarn. I've added these wooden buttons which I bought in Sweden when I was there in the summer at Elk Market. It's made of Swedish trees, of course, and there were 6 of them on the packet, and I used all 6 of them on this cardigan. This one has no mistakes because the brown one, the edge band looks different. It's I forgot to do this stitch, so you don't see the the space in between. But this one is perfect. Although now I'm wearing it, I would like the sleeves to be longer. So I am going to undo this and then make them up to here. So I can cover my hand with them. So they'll be like this. That's the only thing I'm going to change. Other than that, I like the size. This is like, wearing a lovely woolen extra layer, like a hug, a warm hug. It's so soft. And if you do up the top button, you have this around your neck. It's as thick as a coat can be, only that it's wool, so if it's windy, you're not so warm in this because it goes through the material. But other than that, it's a really nice cardigan, so I'm happy that that one is completely finished, and I like the length. So that's the Sunday cardigan from Petit Knit, and I'll just have a look in my handwerkboek where I keep track of what I'm doing. And I started this in November 2024. It's for me. And I made it with the Allofosslopi light grey double 0057. And this is a size M. So with buttons from Sweden. And I like those wooden buttons. I need to look for somebody who might make them here in Holland, because I like loads more on my knitted wear. Then I am going to do this. I got this lovely yarn from Etna, which is in Sweden. I'm going to use the Ulrika for a temperature blanket. I've got these colors, and it came with a pattern. It's either knitted or crochet, But I'm not going to do the pattern. I am going to do a temperature blanket through the month of January. Because if you do a one for the whole year, I think it's quite a commitment. And I'm not sure with my 2 demanding jobs if I can finish that and do every day like a granny square. And then I will fall behind and then I won't have fun in the project anymore and then I won't finish it. So I'm not doing a granny square blanket, I'm going to do a granny stripes blanket. So every day a stripe through the month of January. And if I'm done with January and think, oh well, I might do February, then I'm going to change I might not need to, then I'm just going to proceed and do that. So that's my plan for this basket, or these nice woolly colors. So I've made a chart with temperatures, which goes from -3, which I don't think we will reach, but it's not February yet, up to 15 degrees. And they all coordinate with one of the colors. And we'll see how far I get. So that's my plan with this one. And today is the first, so I'm going to do the first stripe in a second. And it's 9 degrees today, so I still need to do put a little bit of the yarn next to it, so it's nicely color coordinated. So that's this one. And of course this is -3. And then we go up here, and then I think somewhere here 0 all the way, and this is 15. Nice warm color. So I hope I get to crochet a lot with these colors. So looking forward to start that. As you can see, Pip joined us for the video. She's lying on the project I'm going to tell you about later. Somewhere in December, I cleaned up my yarn cabinet and came across this one. And this is some nice red yarn, which I bought in New York about 3, 4, 5 years ago. When I was there for the first time. It was in October, that's what I remember, because the girls in the shop at Knitty City were discussing this particular pattern, and I didn't have a clue about knitting then. And they were going to make a Christmas jumper. So I bought the pattern and they helped me with the yarn. So I had the yarn, and I know I started the jumper and got quite far in the pattern, as you can see due to my notes. But the jumper never made it, so I don't know what went wrong. Bianca said to me that it was too big. That might have been the case. So I pulled it out, and it's been like this ever since. So I came across the yarn again in the yarn cabinet, and I thought, my brain muscles have grown. I might be able to finish the jumper this time. So I found the pattern again. It's this one. The Betty and Judy Lodgesweater, and I love the retro vibe. So it's a fitted sweater with puff sleeves, and it has 2 sets of holly leaves here on your chest. You could also do them on the back, but mine would be red on the back, and of course in this fire engine red. So I got out my needles and started it again, and this time I fitted it in between. I wanted it a little bit looser, not that tight fit. And it went all the way right, it went well all the way up to the bottom. So I took that off the needles, and then I had to fit the sleeves, and then the sleeves were here. So the top bit was too big, and I already saw that when I came under my chest. So I decreased a little, but it was still too big, and normally I need a XL. And I knew that one was too big, so I knitted the L this time. And still, that was way too big. So then I thought, right, I'm taking it out. This was Christmas Eve. Sandra was here, and she saw my frustration. And I thought, how can this happen? Because I make a proeflapje these days, a tryout. So the red scarf in the thick red, and I paired it with mohair, which I also had in my stash, and I think it will make a nice soft shawl. And I saw on her website that she has a small one, which is this one, the Sophie scarf, and also the pattern for the longer one, but I figured it's the same way of knitting, so I can just make it any size I want, which I'm going to do. And I'm not sure if this will be my only one, because I like the shape of the shawl and especially the color of this one. But I would like one in minty green for in the spring. So yeah, I'm happily doing this project, and this is one of those projects you can do and not look at the pattern the whole time, which I needed one because my Christmas jumper needed my attention. My Sunday cardigan is finished, so yeah, I could start a new one, which I don't need to look at the pattern the whole time. So that's the Sophie scarf, which I'm sure will be finished soon because it's a very easy and enjoyable pattern to knit. So I'm doing and enjoying that one very much. And red can be worn after Christmas as well, I think. And then there's another project I started, which is this one. It's the Valkyria cardigan by a Swedish designer, Anna Sjösvart. And I really like her style. She wears these skirts up to just under her breasts, and then these short, cute cardigans, which she designs herself. And she had a discount through the last month of the year, or the last weeks of Christmas. So I decided to buy 4 of her patterns, 4 different style cardigans and 1 sweater. And I'm going to make them. And I had this lovely yarn from Edna, which you probably recognize because I already made a t-shirt in this yarn. I just love the color, it's stunning. So this is the Järbo Select #1 mohair tweed sea green, deep sea merrow. And I again combined this with a, don't eat that, with a mohair one in nearly exact the same color. This one is from Lang Yarns. But as you can see, I nearly finished it, and I only had 1 skein, so I need to order some more of these so I can finish the jumper, because I still need to do the sleeves or a cardigan. I'll show you if Pip lets me. There we go. So this is it. You start, it's a top-down cardigan. There we go. So this is the back. This bit, and this is where the sleeves are, and you knit a raglan in there, which is easy to follow. It gives a nice pattern, only I saw that mine gets these holes. I must be doing something wrong, because if I look at the others on internet, they don't have those holes. But I quite like them, because you can always see the garment underneath her, following her. And she does a 12 Holy Nights course throughout those nights. And every day she sends you a spoken message and written one on the page where you can get to with the passwords. And every evening it's about your dreams and to focus on a certain word or thing that you're working on that night. So it started with roots. And I have a book which I keep track of what we're doing, and so I write down the questions I want to think about, and then I like to be creative in this book, so I painted a page and put a poem in there, or you could put a song text or a collage like this one, or just write about your dreams or questions you have or wishes. So this is a very nice way to end the year and begin the new one. You're very focused, and it brings a lot, I think. I like to stand still this way and look back on, reflect on the year and look forward to the year coming. So maybe it's a tip for you. It's already done for this year. We've got 6 more nights to go in the new year, but maybe next year you'll think, oh yeah, those 12 holy nights, I would like to do that as well. So that's a tip from me. I really enjoy doing this, and since I'm working at the Waldorff school, my year is divided into pieces, which I like a lot, and it gives you a more overlook over the year. It gives you something to look forward to and something to look back on, to reflect on. So now we're going into the 3 Kings weeks, and then of course Valentine's Day, and there's Lichtmis Maria So it's nice. It gives you. Before this, my winter was just winter, and I didn't like it until it was April. But now I do like it because there's something to look forward to. So maybe it helps you too. Thanks again for watching. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and New Year's Eve, and that it will be a very lovely year full of creative moments and lovely garments you might make, or hours of video watching, or whatever you like to do. I hope it will be a nice one. And I will be back soon. Have to catch up with my tea as well. I'm still at number 16. Bye.